Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. First, if you have not subscribed, hit that subscribe button and remember to like, comment, and share. So, I don't even know what that was for. What I'm going to talk to you guys today about is my experiences on the CTA.
Here we go.
So, for you guys who aren't from Illinois or from the city, that's Chicago Transit. I don't know what A stands for. Maybe it is association. I do not know. I should have Googled that before this. So, up till 17 years old, I'd never used transit. I was from the suburbs. You drive. I had a car. Whatever. I got around by car. So Dad wouldn't let me take my car to the city, partly because I cannot parallel park. Public transit was like my only means of getting around. So the first time I had kind of like a sketchy story on the CTA, it was end of winter quarter. I was with my friend Kat. What up, Kat? And we were going to Target. So if anyone like knows the north side of Chicago, it's off the Wilson stop. The Wilson stop is a little, it's a little shaky at times. There's this black guy sitting like across from me this way down the train, and like I don't know, every time I looked up he was looking at me. So it wasn't like I was intentionally trying to make eye contact with me. It was just every time I looked up from my phone or like just looked straight forward, he was staring like into my soul. But anyway, so he's getting off the stop before us, I guess. And then he started screaming, "You lucky I ain't got time for you tonight. You lucky I ain't got time for you tonight." I'm looking like, me? I was so scared. Oh my gosh. And then I'm sitting with my friend Kat, and she's like, whatever. And I'm like, Kat, if he runs up on us, I'm about to leave you. And then he gets on, he's banging on our window, just doing the most. He was doing the most. Whatever. That was my first sketchy train experience. The next sketchy kind of incident, this is not the next one, but I'll say this is the most prominent next one. So this is again around that Wilson area. So I lived on the north side. I used to live off Sheridan, and then I moved to live off of Wilson, which is like right by the Argonne and the Riviera. If you live in Chicago, you know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to like Truman College because I wanted to get my CNA while I was like an undergrad, just so I could kind of have the closest thing to like clinical experience I could have. And then my roommate at the time, what up, Abnett, was going with me. So we're on the bus. We're on the Broadway bus. We're on 36. And so we're getting off. We're getting off basically where the Wilson stop is. So where my last sketch experience was. So we get off, and there's this woman, and like she was probably homeless, probably a bit schizo. She's getting off the bus, and she's getting off before us. And she was like saying something to the bus conductor. Listen, I have learned like when things are starting to go left, I mind my own. So the woman gets off, and I'm like off behind her, and right when she gets off the bus, she pulls down her pants and starts to pee. I literally had to step over a puddle of her urine. I am just like, you know what? Let me get out of here. And the guy behind me screaming, you nasty, you nasty. Listen, I am so done. Like, it was too much. So, the last sketchy story that I'm going to tell you guys about, this happened last year. This story is actually not as funny. So me and my roommate were in the library till around 2. So, this was like kind of during finals time. This is our spring quarter, so like we need to get things done. So like I'm graduating with a GPA that's conducive for medical school. We get on the train, and you hear these girls screaming, like bloody murder, and like running. So I'm looking at like, what's the problem? You know, what's the problem? Let me know if something is coming for me so I can run too. And then you see this guy chasing them. And I'm like, and like, thank the Lord that night, like, because usually men on the train be fraudulent, and they just watch women get harassed, and they just be on their iPhone like they don't see it. You see it. But like these guys on the train got up and ran after the guy so he'd leave those little girls alone. Those girls were probably like 13 or like 14. They were really young, and his pants are like falling down. I don't know what he was trying to do, and young Deb was not trying to find out. I was trying to go home. I was hungry. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't here for it. So then the guy gets in on the train cart behind us, and like you guys know, you can open that thing on the train cart to switch train carts. So he starts walking towards our train cart. I instantly panic, and I'm like, and like there's a ton of people on like my train, and I'm like, he's coming, like panicking. He comes through. There's like 4 women like sitting by that thing. Why does he come to me? He comes to me like his pants are like kind of coming down. His junk is erect. His erect junk is now in my face. I like don't even know what I did. But my friend, what up cat again, comes from the side and like pushes him, leave her alone. I'm still just sitting there. I'm still just sitting there. Oh my gosh. And then the guys on my train card, they don't do anything per se, but they like stand up and the guy leaves and then the conductors take him. So those are probably my top 3 sketchiest CTA experiences. So here are my tips and tricks for riding the CTA carefully. Number 1, just mind your own business. Just mind your own. Like, you know, like sometimes things are popping off in the train, and then like people want to laugh, people want to get involved. Don't do that, because that ain't got nothing to do with you. So when the barrage come your way, then you start to look confused. But my second tip and trick is, if things are really starting to escalate, I say intervene, but you don't necessarily have to personally put yourself out there. Push that emergency button, start dialing 911, because listen, the CTA at times can be super sketchy. And then my third tip and trick, I would say ride the CTA at reasonable times. Now, women, I understand, like sometimes you can't help the time you're riding it, sometimes you can't afford an Uber, which is why we were on the train last time. But if you can help it, just don't ride it so late. And a lot of my sketchy experiences were in the middle of the day. So I'm not saying that if you ride it in the middle of the day that you won't get harassed, you won't get attacked, etc. But one thing I have noticed is in the middle of the day, there tends to be more people on the train cards. So even if things are going left, at least you've got witnesses, you've got etc. You've got more people around you. Even if you need to run, you got people, you know, to duck and dive, you know, behind. But other than that, the CTA can be fun. I've met really cool people on the CTA. I've seen really cool things on the CTA. But I've also seen really sketchy things on the CTA. So, you know, just be smart and be safe. Thanks for watching.